Hey there guys, so you're thinking you want to put solar up on your house. This video is for the best advice I can give you for what I know. Obviously we have 30 panels on our roof here. It is 550 watts each panel, and so it produces about 17,000 watts per hour when the sun is out. Sun's behind those clouds right now, so it's not that bright. Summertime, this works great. Our batteries, we have 7 100 amp hour batteries, and they're full charged, I'd say by 10:30 in the morning in the summer. But in the wintertime, we're here in the Northwest, we don't get that much sun. So today is kind of an oddity. So when that sun is out, we want to collect as much solar energy as we can with these panels. So obviously the bigger panels compared to like a 300 watt panel, the bigger panels are going to collect more of that solar energy to be stored in our batteries quicker. So let's say the sun, I mean, it's behind the clouds now. We might get, well, in the Northwest, we're supposed to get, I think, 4 hours of optimal sun for solar systems. So the bigger the system panels, the better you are. Now the inverter and all that, that's going to basically create your power from your batteries, or however you're setting this up. So advice number one, get as big a panels as you can get. Even if you only fill up half your roof, get the biggest panels you can afford at the time. You can always add more later. Do not fill your roof up with small panels. And I say 250, 300 watt panels. And used panels, I would not buy used panels. I would stick with brand new warranted. These are SunGold power panels. Like I said, they're 550 watts, one-sided panels. You can get panels that are two-sided. So if you had something out in the yard where you can have them in the yard and have something behind them reflecting that sun back up into the back of them, that's awesome. Those are about 700 watts, I think. But these are one-sided. They're not. This roof is a 5.5 pitch, so 5.5, 12. These panels are supposed to be at 45 degrees here in the Northwest. Well, for us, these are about 22 degrees, I think. About half of the angle they're supposed to be. But they do great in the summer. Like I said, in the winter, the sun's farther down to the south. So they work. I mean, they collect energy, but just not as much as they do in the summer when the sun's a little higher in the sky. So that's number one. Panels, get as big as you can. Even if you have a company come out and gonna load your roof up with panels. I did this all DIY. But if you're gonna have a company come out and do this, tell them you want the biggest panels that they can put up on your roof. Do not go with used panels. Do not go with small panels. Get the biggest ones you can get. Like I said, if it fills up half your roof, half the space that you have available for panels, put in the bigger panels. You can put in more panels later. You don't have to fill the whole roof. Just get the biggest panels you can get. They're not all the same. 250 watt panels, half the size of a 500 watt panel, obviously. But like I said, these are all 550 wired in parallel, and then actually wired, four of them wired in series. No, 8 of them. Sorry, 8 of them. Yeah, 8 of them wired in series, and then paralleled up into the combiner boxes, and then the combiner boxes are running down, obviously down to the house, into the mechanical room. So anyway, guys, that's number one. The best advice I can give you, big panels. All right, guys, number two would be batteries. If you have a off-grid system or a hybrid system, batteries, buy good batteries. These are 48 volt, 100 amp hour. There's 7 of them. They're all tied in parallel, series into my bus bars, but get good batteries. Obviously, this is 700 amp hours of batteries, and it's not taking up that much room compared to if you built your own array of batteries that you have no way of monitoring, really. These are all monitored. They work great. SunGold is not paying me to say this. Our whole system is SunGold system. But hey, I would say number two on my advice is get good batteries that will keep your house going when the sun's not out. If you're a standalone off-grid system, or if you are a hybrid system. If you're net metering, you don't need batteries. It's a whole different kind of system. All right, number 4. Well, this might be more important than batteries, maybe, I don't know. Probably is. So, charge controllers. This is where your PV lines, the solar panels come down. They plug into these charge controllers. Charge controllers monitor the power coming off the panels for what it puts into the batteries. Okay, so the batteries, when they're full, the charge controllers take the power from the solar panels and they basically shut it down. And you gotta have good charge controllers, because these heat sinks in the summer will get hot, because these will be full by, I don't know, let's say 10, let's say 11 o'clock in the morning. All these batteries are full. So that means these charge controllers are now diverting power off those solar panels. And we're talking about a lot of power in the summer. Basically, we're wasting power for 6 hours, 7 hours in the summer, just throwing it away. But these, they get good ones. These are 100 amp. They handle 5,200 watts each, and I think 250 volts maximum is what they can take. So when you do your battery or your solar panel arrays, you have to match them to what these can take. You don't overload these. If you overload these, they will get hot, and that's why you have fires, or other people. I've never had any issues like that. And I also put cement board behind it. So there's plywood, there's insulation, plywood, and then this cement board, this whole thing right here. But yeah, charge controllers, get good ones, because they will basically be reducing the heat. I mean, they'll reduce the power coming off those solar panels in the summer, or in the winter too, when the batteries are full. But in the summer, they're really restricting the power after the batteries are full, and they will get warm. So make sure you get good ones. Have a good one. Number 3, your inverter. If you're going to do a hybrid inverter, or if you're going to do a off-grid inverter, you want a pure shine inverter. These are the way that they're built. It's not the brand, it's the way that they're built. It's what they're called, pure shine. There's a Sun Gold Power. This is an 18,000 watt inverter that will max out at 52,000 watts for 2 minutes, I believe is what it says. But it's an actual 18,000 watt output. It does not have a PV charge controller. Those are all down here, because it just works. It just, no frills. It just works. You have a display, basically saying what you got here. We're using 6% of its capability. We've been running this for almost 2 years now. The fans do get a little noisy when it starts kicking out real power. Those fans kick in really high. Other than that, that's not really a complaint. It's just doing what it's supposed to do. But yeah, it's number 3 would be a good inverter. Your wiring, make sure you oversize wires. Do not go cheap on wires. They will get hot. That's DC wiring on this side. It will get, if you undersize it, it will get hot. Do not undersize your wire. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Go hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. If you got comments, questions, go ahead and ask them. Happy to answer. Thanks. Have a good day.